So my name is Rob Paddock. I guess I'm an entrepreneur in the education technology space specifically. I've done a number of ventures in this space, and most recently I've started a company called the Valenture Institute, which is a global private online high school which offers a socially rich and a learning experience where we put purpose and passion back at the center of the students' experience on a day-to-day basis. And what we've done with that is we've integrated the UN Sustainable Development Goals into the core curriculum for our students. So what differentiates Valencia Institute from what's out there is, I guess there's a couple of key features. The one is the socially rich learning environment, where students have direct engagement with teachers, with mentors, and with their faculty on a regular basis. Students are immediately put into small tutorial groups, and so you can imagine a group of kind of 15 to 20 students in a live session, which is almost, if you can imagine, a Skype-like environment but built specifically for education. And students are engaging in real time with their classmates. We also have social clubs, a network of meetups and so on. So really this is a very active, vibrant student community at Valenture Institute. The other piece where we're significantly differentiated is in the integration of the UN Sustainable Development Goals into the curriculum. Now this is something that we haven't seen globally anywhere, and it's getting a lot of attention, and I think and I'm very glad that's the case, because we find ourselves in quite a difficult place in terms of sustainability of life on this planet. And I really strongly believe that it's the leaders of tomorrow that are going to solve these problems. They're the ones that are busy being left with the issues. Our students, a platform and an ability to engage in these issues critically is something that we're really excited about. There's a new generation of leaders coming up. And what we found is that when we started digging into the details as to what they actually cared about, they related very much to themes of climate change, to social inequality, to adequate healthcare, to adequate jobs and a more equitable society. And as we started getting into those details, we saw that they mapped very neatly onto the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So the thinking was, if we can use a framework which has already been adopted by the world's nations, and we can integrate that into the students' learning experience, we can find that opportunity to infuse purpose and passion with real impact through schooling. One of the challenges of building an EdTech company is that there's a lot out there, and one of the things that I've seen consistently amongst EdTech entrepreneurs is that they will add in one small piece of the puzzle without considering how it fits into the larger ecosystem that their users are taking part in. So as an example, if you're building out a learning analytics tool and you're expecting university faculty to use this, if you're not considering the sorts of tools and the learning management systems and the student information systems that are already in use, and how you can create a tool that then fits into that ecosystem and with the appropriate APIs and interoperability and so on, you're going to lose. And we've seen this time and time again. Without considering the broader ecosystem in which EdTech exists, your product will not gain traction. So we were very fortunate at GetSmarter to have a number of businesses approach us over the years. In fact, our first approach was in about 2011, 2012. So we'd been in operation for about 2-3 years. And at first we were so, I guess, overwhelmed by and flattered by the interest that someone was paying us, that like, hey, we'd like to buy your business. And we gave it a lot of attention. Like what you realize is that when you start one of those conversations, it completely absorbs you. And that's something that's quite exciting, but it's also incredibly distracting as an entrepreneur. Your business needs you. And I would say be very careful in which conversations you start to entertain. That particular conversation back in 2011, 2012 ultimately never went anywhere, but our business suffered as a result. We took our eye off the ball, we stopped focusing, we stopped giving our team the attention that it desperately needed at that point, and for sure it set us back like 12 months. If it took 6 months of our attention, it set us back 12 months. So I would say be very careful if you want to start those conversations. Be prepared for it to absorb a lot of your energy. It's not just the time; it's also the emotional. It's the emotional space that absorbs. It's a big deal. Like, you've built a business; it's your baby. And when you talk about putting your baby up for adoption or for sale, it's like you should expect that's going to impact you emotionally. You can expect to see some fairly rapid growth. Our not so lofty ambition is to become the largest and most impactful high school in the world by 2030, having educated at that point 100,000 students. So the ambition is big, but that's why we do this. It makes it fun.